Konami Studios.
Hawkeye Freefall, number 6. I had no idea this was the last issue, guys. I thought this is going to be an ongoing, and it makes me even more mad now that I cannot complete the physical set I have of the first 4 issues because it switched to a digital exclusive. That being said, what a great finale this turned out to be. Let's start with this. I said it before, Rosenberg has managed to capture something amazing when it comes to Clint Barton. Everything about it is unique and interesting, but it still feels true to the character and everything that came before it with Clint Barton. This picks up right where we left off, and Bullseye has taken the Ronin costume and he is going to terrorize the city of New York, taking down some criminals, doing all that stuff. But he also shoots Captain America with an arrow, and now that everyone knows Clint was being Ronin, everyone is assuming that it was Clint that shot Captain America, and he's getting a bunch of text messages from a bunch of people. Kate Bishop, Jessica Drew, Danny Rand, that Quentin kid from the Quentin Quark or some shit from that West Coast Avengers book he was on. A lot of good stuff happening there. This was such a good book, and you just see we're kind of just building everything up and getting it all together. Clint takes down Bullseye in a terrifying physical display of aggression. Clint has nothing left to lose because we learn Bryce died. We ended last issue. Bryce had a bunch of arrows coming through him, but Bryce had a criminal record. He did not want to go to the hospital, so Clint takes him to Linda, who does her best to save him, but can't. And Bryce dies, which really was just this thing that I was so sad by. I'm just like, what? We're going this direction? We're giving Clint the bittersweet ending he always gets? I thought we were going to somewhere a little more positive, but I guess not. Clint's gonna lose Bryce, which was really sad. And he did, and I was like, man, he lost Bryce. Bryce is dead. Linda doesn't want to talk to him anymore, and now he's going to lose everybody in the superhero community that thought he shot Captain America. So with all this aggression, he straight up just goes wild on Bullseye to the point where Bullseye confesses who he's working for and how the Hood hired him to do these things and make him look bad. That's insane. If Clint can make Bullseye talk like that, you know something bad is going down. He does something incredible. Clint's even taken down some police. He's losing every respect he had in the sense of the word, and it's amazing. So now that we know Bullseye failed, the Hood has another plan. If Hawkeye and Clint Barton doesn't turn himself in by, I think it was at 9 o'clock, we are sending a mob of villains to go after him. There's like Tombstone, Rhino, Shocker, a bunch of these guys to come after him. That's good shit. I like it a lot. It's so insane to me, just like what's happening in this book. But Clint does the noble thing, I think for the first time in a long time for the character, and he decides he is going to go and turn himself into the Hood. There's a bounty on his head for $3 million, so when Clint shows up, he has this plan. He's going to rob the bank that the Hood owns. He's going to take all the Hood's money and pay off the other criminals and villains and assassins that are supposed to come after him. So when he does that, he shows up at the Hood's place. He's got this bag that's supposedly full of money, and everyone's like, all right, what's going on here? But Clint breaks out into a fight with the Hood, and when the bag opens, we realize Clint made a deal with Count Nefaria, and he is going to take the Hood from the Hood, and he's going to lock it up in the bag, because it's something Nefaria always wanted, because he didn't want Parker to have it, which is still really cool to see. And really interesting stuff from this character. I'm telling you guys, this is a great Clint run. I'm going to say it right now, I think it might rival the Fraction and Aja stuff, which kind of modernized Clint in a new way, but this is really post-Endgame Clint stuff. This is a Clint who, I've said it for a long time, Clint Barton should never be the character who catches a break. It's him, it's Scott Lang, and it's Peter Parker. Those characters should never catch a break, and we're seeing that here now. So when we defeat the Hood, we realize these villains, they don't really have a quarrel with Hawkeye, so what are they going to do? They just kind of leave. But this idea breaks out because Clint and the Hood are still fighting, and it kind of goes onto the streets, and when Clint starts to walk away, the lasting impression of this final thing is Clint can't escape this. And some of the villains are talking, they're like, should we go after him? Like, that's an Avenger. We could take him down right now. He's beaten, he's bruised. He has nothing left to lose. We could take down an Avenger right now, guys. Why don't we go do that? And the idea just comes into play. Why should we? Clint's lost enough. He is broken. He's one of us if he doesn't realize it yet. And we knocked Clint down such a huge peg from being kind of respected in this community to he's lost everyone. And I love the idea. That's where the title comes in for me, Hawkeye Freefall. He can't control the actions that are going on, and when it finally comes to an end, there's nothing he could have done to stop it. The choices he made led him here. There's nothing he would have said or done that could have changed any outcome. He couldn't have saved Bryce. He couldn't have done all of this because his choice to become Ronin and do something new there is what kind of stopped this. It's brilliant. I really think this is brilliant stuff, and something about it just spoke so true and different to what I was expecting from a Hawkeye book. I loved every second of it. Every second of it. From the first page when we see Bullseye shooting Captain America to the last page where Hawkeye and Clint walks away, knowing he's no better than the criminals that were coming to get him. It's brilliant stuff. It's so great. Otto Schmidt is a great artist. I don't know why. His art just has the simplicity to it that I find really nice and engaging. And it's just a nice palette cleanser. I say that all the time, palette cleanser, but it's just a nice coming and going, just a beautiful, simple art style that I find really intriguing. And Rosenberg's writing really works for Clint. Like, this was such a good book, and guys, you have to read it. You know what doesn't hurt? You know what doesn't hurt about this book? Rosenberg put my letters page at the end of the book. Yeah, so you'll see it up here. I wrote a letter about how much I was enjoying this book, the callbacks I loved, the issues I loved, the things I loved about it. He put it in and he responded. He called me out for putting a U in favorite. The one time, Matthew, that I put a U in the word favorite and you called me out on it. I'm sorry. I don't know why I put it in there. I wanted to sound proper for you, Matthew, so I'm sorry. But it was just really cool. This was a great finale to this book, and I'm definitely going to pick up the trade when it comes out. I'm glad I bought it. I was very hesitant at first to pick up this book, but I'm like, this was really fun. This was really lighthearted. It did a lot of stuff I like with Clint, and it took it to directions that I'm very happy with. So I'm glad I got this. And Hawkeye Freefall number 6, a fantastic conclusion that shows Clint spiraling out of control and taking him to a direction you never thought he would go. So it's definitely worth checking out. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video and this review. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thumb it up. I was just kind of choking there. I don't know what happened. And of course, you guys can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Be sure to like and subscribe, like I said earlier. I don't know why I said it there, but I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.